Part 251. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2501. While talking, Bai Piao nodded and bowed. Every now and then, even the whole family spoke out. Fang Fan stood aside, inexplicably feeling a headache. This guy is really too tiger. Don't make this out. You have to have a limit on your head iron. Don't you have any points in your mind about what form it is now? This wave, the Deputy Palace Master is not happy to see me now. What else can he do to you? No eyesight at all. Fang Fan was deeply touched, thinking to himself, his head was buzzing. Who is a family with you? Stand aside for me. The corner of Shui Wanren's mouth twitched. The deputy head of Guangming Academy, glared at Bai Piao angrily, and roared. Is this supposed to be a family? Isn't Fang Fan doing something with senior sister Xiangfei? Although there is no name of husband and wife yet, there is already a reality of husband and wife, so. Boom. Before Bai Piao finished the second half of his sentence, Shui Wanren slapped him away. To say that this guy also made it himself. It's not good to provoke anyone, but I have to provoke the Deputy Palace Master. And this vision is really bad. This babble said a lot. What kind of stuff? Too tiger. In front of someone's father, talking about his daughter and Fang Fan's relationship between husband and wife is completely just asking for help. Seeing Bai Piao be beat Fang Fan felt that this guy deserved what he deserved. It's just that Fang Fan has been completely installed at this time. At this moment, he is also very embarrassed. What to say, what to do, what can be done? Fang Fan supported his forehead, thinking to himself, and then let out a mouthful of foul breath. Difficult to go to the blue sky. Fang Fan glanced around, ready to run away. Stop. The voice of Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy, seemed very determined. Fang Fan's footsteps became faster and faster. What are you doing standing still? Do you want to die? It's just that Fang Fan's speed is naturally not as fast as this demigod's Deputy Palace Master, and he was caught up in an instant. Don't tell your kid to stop. What? You just ruined my daughter's reputation, so you don't want to be responsible. Shui Wanren's expression of gritted teeth was very real. Fang Fan was afraid that this guy couldn't help but rushed forward and punched him. Once the fist of the demigod came over, Fang Fan would most likely be cold, so this moment is preparing to escape. Cough. Father-in-law, what do you think you are talking about? Am I that kind of person? Really, you underestimate me too. Just now I thought you were calling someone else. Then what? Father-in-law has something to do with me. If you have something to say, say whatever you want, as long as I can do it, it's absolutely fine. Fang Fan patted his chest and resolutely assured that at this moment, he would naturally show an attitude. The attitude is quite good. Because of the mismatch between your combat effectiveness and cultivation level, the school has specially recruited a spot for you to join the seed class. Do not disappoint me. Go back and play the reputation of my Guangming Academy in the exchange competition. Shui Wanren saw it poorly, with a calm and arrogant appearance. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, the expression on his face looked a little weird. That's it? Why does it look like a charity to me? Can I ask for some food? Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2502. Actually, I accompanied Bai Piao to sign up for the seed class. I didn't want to sign up myself. The main reason is that these people in the seed class are too weak to fight. It's hard to improve if you practice with them. Fang Fan nodded and said seriously. Shui Wanren. Is this still installed? but Shui Wanren had to admit that Fang Fan did have the capital to pretend. People put their strength here, what else can you say? Say nothing. The face-slapping operation has been going on, it's so humming difficult. In fact, from Shui Wanren's point of view, I also hope that Fang Fan can join the seed class of the first grade, so that Fang Fan can directly participate in the exchange competition after training. With Fang Fan, the monster's fighting power, the first-year exchange competition is basically stable. But if there is no Fang Fan, there will be many variables. Thinking of this, Shui Wanren became more determined to put Fang Fan in the seed class. Originally I thought about coming over to say a few words, this is a logical thing. Who would have thought it was all that? It's still going on. Cough, even if I invited you. The main thing is to hope that you can make a little contribution to Guangming Academy. After all, this is a sense of collective honor. Shui Wanren gritted his teeth and said something soft. Father-in-law, this is wrong. Didn't you just say that this is a special recruitment spot specifically for me? If this is a special recruitment quota, I can't take it. People will definitely say that I came in through the back door. At that time, not only me, but also you will have to follow suit. I have a thick skin here, so I don't care about these things, but your face is the most important thing. Fang Fan spoke solemnly, then nodded resolutely and said, anyway, it's such a thing, how to say it, there is also a charter, in a word, the attitude is like this. Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy, took a deep breath at this moment, a drop of sweat dripped from his forehead, and the corners of his mouth twitched. Slap in the face? This is a slap in the face? Anyone who dares to say that, I will abolish him in minutes. Don't worry, no one dares to say it. Just treat it as me giving me face, after all, you know the relationship between us. Shui Wanren glanced around, then whispered in Fang Fan's ear. Our relationship? What relationship? The deputy palace master has never admitted any relationship. Ah, this, not very good. Fang Fan nodded with a natural expression. Shui Wanren gritted his teeth and swallowed it into his stomach. If not for Fang Fan's combat prowess being the best among the first-year students, he wouldn't have tried so hard to invite. The point is that this guy is getting better and better. My son-in-law. Am I not your father-in-law? What? Don't you admit it? If you don't admit it, I'll go back and tell concubine Xiang to keep her away from you in the future. The corner of Shui Wanren's mouth twitched, the bastard in front of him couldn't be beaten or scolded. In addition, there is still the relationship with her own daughter, and it is inevitable to continue to deal with them in the future. Fang Fan was recruited by Shui Wanren himself to Guangming Academy. How come there is a feeling of luring wolves into the house now? Now even my daughter is in it. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2503. Fang Fan immediately followed suit. It's really not that easy to make Shui Wanren vomit. After such a wave, it will take off in minutes. With that said, isn't it clear? If it's the haunt of Wang and his son-in-law, doing you a favor or something, then it's not a big problem. Fang Fan nodded silently, thinking this way in his heart, and then nodded quickly. From all aspects, in fact, this is a very real thinking and idea, so real. That's what it means to say 1,000 words and 10,000 words. Father-in-law, there is no need to be upset. Since I've talked about you here, then I know everything. Isn't everyone here a family? Since we are a family, and my father-in-law invited me, I naturally have no reason not to go. Even if it's for my father-in-law, I have to join the seed class. It's absolutely impossible for my father-in-law to lose face. Fang Fan waved his hand, and while talking, he nodded quickly and said, "The strength of performance in all aspects must be revealed, and this is probably the feeling." Shui Wanren, the deputy head of the Guangming Academy, took a deep breath, thinking to himself that he must not be angry. If he was really angry at this time, it would not be worthwhile, and he would definitely fall into Fang Fan's tricks. Just thinking about it in my heart, my facial expression gradually became agitated. The gestures shown in all aspects are vividly displayed. "Father-in-law, are you all right? If you feel uncomfortable, just tell me. Why don't I ask concubine Xiang to come and take care of you? Who made you angry? Look, it's really okay to be so angry. What can't be said properly?" While talking, Fang Fan sighed deeply. At this age, maybe the thinking in my heart can't keep up with the mainstream. Listening to Fang Fan's continuous talking, Shui Wanren gritted his teeth and took a few deep breaths. The veins on his forehead popped out. It was obvious that he was pissed off. I don't know what I'm thinking in my heart, but one thing that is worth affirming is that it doesn't stop at all now. Okay. Don't get cheap and act like a good boy. Go. I'll take you to sign up for the first year seed class. Don't play tricks on me. Shui Wanren's face was dark, and at this moment, he had an expression that I didn't want to say more, and he was already completely pissed off in his heart. "Boy Fang Fan, Uncle Shui, are you finished? Add me." Uncle Shui. Bai Biao has never known what a face is. It took a lot of pains to join the seed class, and he often called Uncle Shui so smoothly that it seemed that he and Shui Wanren were really very close. Leaving aside other things for the time being, the attitude in this aspect is already vividly displayed. Without morals, anything is possible. Today's Bai Biao has profoundly verified this truth. Fang Fan silently nodded. "To be honest, I really admire him in my heart." "Who is your Uncle Shui?" "Don't yell." Shui Wanren waved his hand, then glared at Bai Biao, and said angrily. Probably hating the house and Wu, at the moment Shui Wanren has resentment towards Fang Fan, so naturally he doesn't have a good attitude towards Bai Biao. For it. "Uncle Shui, isn't your name Uncle Shui? I also want to call you father-in-law like Fang Fan, but do you have a second daughter?" Bai Biao is really daring. Anyway, say whatever stimulates you. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2504. After this wave of words, Shui Wanren's brain was buzzing. What's going on? There is no such thing as a good thing. This one is more outrageous than the other. What are you talking about? Can you be a little more normal? He really can't hold it anymore. Piss off. You two live treasures, none of them are good. If you want to enter the seed class, come together. This time, if our Guangming Academy fails to take the first place in the first year exchange competition, I will beat you to death. As Shui Wanren was talking, he even used threats, and beat people every now and then. No problem. Uncle Shui. What level of characters can appear in this level of exchange competition? Not to mention the exchange competition of the first grade, the exchange competitions of other grades are also included for you. By the way, Uncle Shui, you will appoint me as the image ambassador of Guangming Academy in the future, and I will be famous in the exchange competition and directly open a gamble, then we will definitely make a lot of money, and you will share 10% in the future. Also, do you have a daughter as beautiful and intelligent as senior sister Xiangfei? If so, how would you like me to be your son-in-law? No bragging, I'm definitely a potential stock. I don't care about Fang Fan's potential in front of me. Bai Biao babbled and said a lot. Perfectly inherited his nonsense character. One thing seems very true from the beginning to the end, that is, there must be more nonsense. This is the bottom line that Bai Biao insists on from beginning to end. Following Bai Biao's nonsense, the face of Shui Wanren, the deputy head of Guangming Academy, turned darker and darker. Shut up. Do not talk nonsense. Follow me. A few simple and clear words expressed Shui Wanren's attitude, and then he went directly to the registration office for the seed class. The two of them were recruited by the first-year seed class. Write their names. Yes. That's what happened. Shui Wanren said directly to the admissions tutor. His attitude was very firm. Yes, Lord Vice Palace Master, do it right away. The tutor in charge of recruiting students is a second-level tutor. Naturally, he didn't dare to talk nonsense in this scene, and immediately nodded in agreement. Shui Wanren's identity is there, and wherever he goes, countless people's eyes will flock here. At this moment, everyone's faces can't help but have some strange light. Damn it, I'm not mistaken, this palace master openly opened the back door. Cough, it seems to be a back door for two first-year students. What kind of identity is this? This relationship is strong enough to be able to invite the deputy palace master. To be honest, it's a bit strong. Hee, I still admire this aspect, bully. Hey, the deputy palace master himself has always taught us that we must never go through the back door to engage in relationships. Why are you still doing something? SHH, you're looking for death. How dare you say this? Remember, these so-called rules are set up for those who are incompetent. Those who are really capable of setting up rules, do they still care about the so-called rules and standards? It's pure nonsense. It's not fair. It's really unfair. How can it be like this? Fairness is up to you to fight for. It was an order from the deputy palace lord before, saying that the first-year seed class is only eligible to participate in the 3-star sanctuary realm or above, otherwise, I would have a chance to participate in the review. What are the origins of these two guys? Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2505. A series of noisy sounds came, and the scene became lively for a while, and the expressions on everyone's faces gradually changed. This display of emotions is somewhat special. Although these people did not dare to yell directly in front of Shui Wanren, they did make some noise. Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy, frowned subconsciously. He didn't expect that he would be questioned. There are even quite a few people who have quietly questioned whether they have received a large amount of star core. In an instant, they began to arrange that Fang Fan and Bai Biao's identities were the sons of a super rich man. Anyway, this nonsense just followed up. You idiots! How dare you question my boss Fang Fan? That's my boss. It's called Fang Fan. New students come first. Are you blind? Can't you see clearly? If my boss, Fang Fan, is not qualified to join the seed class, you guys have the qualifications to be a hammer. If you have the ability to shout behind your back, do you have the guts to go up and compete with my boss? My boss killed a 6-star sanctuary level sky level student just 2 days ago. Can you guys do it? My boss can go to the 9th floor of the Tower of Light to practice, and can lift off the top of the Tower of Light. Do you have this ability? You still want to compare this and that with my boss? Where's your face? Where is your face? Don't be so embarrassing. At this moment, a rich and handsome young man suddenly walked out of the crowd. While talking, the arrogant expression on his face was beyond words. While speaking, there was a wave of crazy bragging. The attitude of anti-shock is displayed in this way. As for other attitudes, it is also vividly displayed. Zhao Wei. Fang Fan's eyes subconsciously looked at the rich young man, and then his eyes lit up. Of course he knows this guy. Had some dealings before. It is also the little pony that Fang Fan recognized in the tower of the academy. At that time, Fang Fan was selling the quota on the 9th floor of the tower of the academy, one of 100 million low-grade star cores. At that time, Zhao Wei took out tens of billions of low-grade star cores and directly knocked Fang Fan unconscious. Fang Fan naturally remembered such a god of wealth. After Zhao Wei finished yelling outside, he rushed towards Fang Fan's position with an excited expression on his face. "Boss! Hey! Those guys just have no eyesight. How dare they question my boss? It's normal to say that it's normal to question this brother by Biao, but my boss is invincible." Zhao Wei touched his chubby belly, and while talking, he nodded quickly and said, "This expression and gesture are very real. Anyway, it is probably such an attitude that is manifested now. Exciting and refreshing. This feeling is evident. What do you mean it's normal to question me? How do you guys talk? Am I shameless?" Bai Biao was stunned for a moment, then stared at it with wide eyes, and while talking, then followed up with complaints. "You can't bully people like this. What is the whole thing? Slip of the tongue. Brother Bai Biao, in fact, I don't mean anything, I just subconsciously feel that you are too far behind my boss. No. I'm not saying you can't do it, I just feel that there is a big gap between you and my boss, but you are still a rare genius. Brother Bai Biao, do you understand what I mean? Let's put it this way, you are the kind who is assigned to carry shoes for my boss, what an honor. Brother Bai Biao. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2506. Zhao Wei said it in a serious manner, anyway, he expressed that meaning. Needless to say the others, but this gesture is vividly displayed. This feeling is especially true. Bai Biao wriggled her lips, she didn't know what to say at this moment. How about slapping your face? Now it's my turn to carry Fang Fan's shoes. Is this still supreme glory or what? You're so mad at me. Wait. You boy, wait for me. See how I can deal with you when I find a chance. You kid is too bad. If you want to curry favor with Fang Fan, you can curry favor with Fang Fan, but you can't curry favor with one and suppress the other. While Bai Biao was talking, he immediately complained to the side, and at this moment, his eyeballs were rolling rapidly. I don't know what to say now. Anyway, the desire to complain has been strengthened. Okay. Stop messing around. Come and sign up for the first year seed class. Standing aside, Shui Wanren, the deputy head of the Guangming Academy, let out a mouthful of foul air, while talking, and then followed up with complaints. After this wave, there are simply not too many troubles. After the corresponding procedures are completed, the matter is considered to be completely finalized. Shui Wanren's eyes immediately scanned the surrounding area, and he had to explain some things. I know what you are thinking in your heart. You may feel from the bottom of your heart that I am disregarding personal interests and deliberately giving them a backdoor to enter the seed class. It doesn't matter what you say, I only care about the result. After Fang Fan and Bai Biao entered the seed class, they are fully capable of representing our Guangming Academy to participate in the exchange competitions of various colleges and universities in the first grade. At that time, we will win glory for our Guangming Academy. If you feel that your fighting power is stronger than Fang Fan and Bai Biao, you can come and try it yourself. If you can defeat Fang Fan and Bai Biao, I, Shui Wanren, will walk through the back door for you personally. As soon as Shui Wanren said it, his posture was completely revealed, and this posture was undoubtedly revealed. If you say this, the things you want to express become pure. Gradually, it also showed its truest side. I don't accept it. I don't believe it. A one-star sanctuary, and another one that can't even show its cultivation, how can it be stronger than my two-star sanctuary? That's right. I don't believe it either. I think it's all hype. The competition is the competition. If I really lose the competition, I will admit it. But if there is something tricky in it, I must be admitted to the seed class. I also want to obtain the special resources of the school in the seed class. I want to challenge Fang Fan. I dare not challenge Fang Fan, after all he has a bad reputation. I will challenge Bai Biao. I challenge that Bai Biao too. I really haven't seen him make a move. Protest. Protest. The scene once seemed extremely surging. A shout followed, and the expressions on everyone's faces were gradually revealed to the fullest. Anyway, this is the attitude at the moment. The deputy palace master himself said that as long as they can defeat Fang Fan or Bai Biao, they can enjoy the treatment of going through the back door. There are not many people who want to challenge Fang Fan, but there are too many people who want to challenge Bai Biao. Bai Biao has always liked to be noisy, but he never showed his fighting power once. Of course, he is also a real war scum. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2507. With the sound of discussion from the crowd, Shui Wanren, the deputy head of Guangming Academy, could not help but focus on Bai Biao with curiosity. He has witnessed Fang Fan's fighting power many times, and he also knows Fang Fan's strength, but to be honest, he has never seen Bai Biao's fighting power. It's just that when I saw him ignore the coercion of all the saints and mentors in the Swifu Square, I subconsciously felt that he was very strong. After all, in the Swifu Square, under the coercion of all the sage mentors, only Fang Fan and him expressed indifference, even a gesture of disapproval, and even fought on the Swifu Square. Thinking of this, Shui Wanren's eyes couldn't help but focus. Being able to withstand the coercion of the sanctuary mentor, and also appearing so casual, shouldn't be bad in itself. I just talked too much. If this Bai Biao's combat power is too weak, where will I put the face of the deputy palace master? Shui Wanren clenched his fists with both hands, thinking to himself, his brows gradually furrowed. This time he fell into infinite contemplation. Shui Wanren took a deep breath, then looked at Fang Fan beside him. How is his combat power? Do you have any idea? It won't drop the chain, will it? Shui Wanren followed up and asked quite unconfidently, especially after seeing the extremely weird expression on Fang Fan's face. Shui Wanren secretly thumped in his heart. Could it be that in front of so many people today, is it really going to be slapped in the face? For it. Battle power or something, Bai Biao doesn't have any at all. Let's put it this way, even the black dog who guards the door in our school can't beat him. Fang Fan shrugged and said very sincerely. Shui Wanren inexplicably felt his eyes go dark. It's over. Now it's really over. What else? He, the deputy head of the palace, can be regarded as ashamed and thrown home. Why didn't you say that he is so good? How dare he come out to show off every day? Shui Wanren glanced around, and now he wants to find a chance to just run away. This is too embarrassing. Isn't it good to slap your face every minute? He can't bear this blow. The more you cook, the more you love to play. Actually, I can understand it. Father-in-law, I'll go there first to prove my combat power, and I'll save some face for you at least. Fang Fan smiled slightly, then strode out, and found a nearby high platform. Whoever wants to challenge me, let's go together. Fang Fan waved his hand in a proud gesture. Those who are qualified to challenge Fang Fan are naturally first-year students, and these are not qualified to join the first-year seed class, so they feel resentful, that is to say, a group of 1-star sanctuary and 2-star sanctuary realm existences. Relatively speaking, Fang Fan didn't pay attention to the existence of this level. It should be hammered or it must be hammered. In fact, most of these people have heard of Fang Fan's name, so many of them retreated very consciously, thinking that they should not come here to die. But when the forest grows, there are always a few birds that are both delicious and want to show off. Immediately, more than a dozen first-year students of 1-star sanctuary and 2-star sanctuary realm appeared in front of Fang Fan. Everyone listen to my unified order later. At that time, some of us will attack him in the middle, send 3 people to attack on the left side, and send 3 people to attack on the right side. The rest of them attack from behind. As long as we defeat this Fang Fan, we can all enter the seed class. Brothers, go. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 2508. Before the battle, there was a wave of momentum. After this wave, there is really a menacing feeling. At least from this angle it looks very unusual. Deployment is interesting, but the way of fighting is not appropriate. More than a dozen students rushed over. Fang Fan's Heaven Zhangjian didn't even get out of its sheath, it just swept around. Boom. Bang bang bang. One by one, they fell off the high platform, and the sound of howling ghosts and wolves followed. Immediately, Fang Fan floated down. It's so cool. So handsome. As expected of the person who was favored by the Deputy Palace Master, it's amazing. This combat power is overwhelming. Boss. Absolute boss. I heard that this Fang Fan boss killed a 6-star sanctuary level sky level student in the martial arts arena. I still didn't believe it, but now I am completely convinced. So powerful. Not to mention anything else, I admire this aspect very much. A group of demons dancing wildly. It's amazing. Tisk tisk tisk, maybe this is the boss. This big brother Fang Fan joined the first-year seed class, I am convinced. Yes, the gap between them is too great. With boss Fang Fan here, the situation is basically stable. One after another shouts followed, and the admiration of all the students came one after another. Anyway, under the current situation, Fang Fan has already proved his strength. As for the others, it goes without saying. When Fang Fan stepped down from the stage, everyone admired Shui Wanren, the deputy head of Guangming Academy, and all lamented that the deputy head's eyesight. It's just that at this moment, the deputy palace master is not in such a good mood to feel these things. There is also a drag oil bottle. Shui Wanren and Bai Biao stared at each other with wide eyes, and sighed suddenly at this moment. It's my fault too, why didn't I review it properly at the time? I can only say a few words of comfort later. Shui Wanren supported his forehead, his expression seemed a little unnatural. At this moment, it wasn't just Shui Wanren who was staring at Bai Biao like this, Zhuo Qiuyao and Gui Sha also focused their eyes on each other. Brother Bai Biao, no way, are you really fighting 5 scum? Yeah Kingja. You are my idol. My first idol is brother Fang Fan, and my second idol is you. Gui Sha was stunned for a moment, and while talking, he had a feeling of old age. Isn't this a joke? Idol view collapsed? Brother Bai Biao, you're hiding it so well. Even I didn't see it. Aren't you pretending to be a pig to eat a tiger? No. It should be pretending to be a tiger and eating pigs. Zhou Qiuyao looked at Bai Biao for a long time, but he didn't find any problem. All this seems to be quite normal. You people are too superficial. Don't listen to that kid Fang Fan. He's just jealous of me. That's why he belittles me so much. Just this group of people. I can destroy them in minutes. Just wait and see. How dare you question me and doubt me? Too blind. Bai Biao took a deep breath, vowing to clear his name this time. When Bai Biao spoke, his eyeballs were almost on Fang Fan's body. Anyway, that uncomfortable gesture was completely displayed, as if to say, wait, I must prove it to you, you are wrong. Fang Fan folded his arms around his chest, and immediately laughed. This is not in line with Bai Biao's nature. In the past, this guy was definitely the first to run away when encountering such a situation. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2509. Didn't expect Bai Biao to want to prove himself in a fair way this time. This is a bit different from the Bai Biao that Fang Fan knew. After Bai Biao finished speaking, he actually walked over in a fair manner, as if he was about to charge over. Not to mention anything else, just this posture can clearly show the problem, and this posture is undoubtedly revealed. Brother Fang Fan, Brother Bai Biao won't be beaten to death later, right? How about we go up and help out? Kisha opened his mouth, and said uncertainly from the side. While speaking, the expression on his face couldn't help but change. Considering the current situation in an all-round way, the situation is collapsing little by little. Gui Shai had a good relationship with Bai Biao before, so he was still thinking about Bai Biao, for fear that Bai Biao would be beaten to death in turn. Although this guy is a scumbag, he still won't be beaten down by such a few people. Fang Fan shrugged and said very frankly. Everyone knows what is going on with Bai Biao's combat power, but the defense power is increasing day by day. When others are practicing, the focus of promotion is attack power, but when it comes to Bai Biao, it's all defensive power. As the number of beatings increased during this period, Bai Biao's defensive ability was inflated again and again. At present, even Fang Fan doesn't know where the potential limit of this guy's defense is. But one thing is certain is that this guy is very flamboyant from beginning to end. Anyway, in the end, I can't do that kind of thing that hurts me. From this point of view, in the end, I will definitely cheat other people. Fang Fan squinted his eyes, and couldn't help showing a weird smile on his face, which seemed more and more interesting. Bai Biao goes out to fight, not a single blade of grass grows. At that time, if this Bai Biao does the split, you go up and rescue him. Then make it clear to everyone that I misjudged his background, so I opened the back door for him and let him join the first-year seed class. You talk better now. Shui Wanren, deputy head of the Guangming Academy, took a deep breath, and while speaking, then looked at Fang Fan, and his begging eyes were very real. At this time, it is useless to say 10,000 and 10,000. We can only slowly start things on the predetermined track. Shui Wanren now regrets what he said just now. If these people really defeated Bai Biao, is it possible that he really wants to send all these people to the seed class through the back door? If this is the case, the existence of the seed class will lose its meaning. Thinking of this, Shui Wanren, the deputy head of the Guangming Academy, felt his scalp tingle for no reason. Am I good at talking? This isn't very good. After all, they are all lovely and amiable classmates. I really don't want to take advantage of their trust in me. I always feel that if I do this, some people are not human. Really not good. Everyone trusts me so much, how can I live up to their trust in me? Whatever should be. I should be responsible to them. Fang Fan raised his head and chest up, and while talking, he nodded in agreement and said, the expression on his face gradually became extremely solemn. You bastard, are you trying to argue with me on purpose? Some things, standing in my position, it's hard to say. You cheated my daughter away, so you can't do anything. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shuyu. Chapter 2510. Shui Wanren, deputy head of the Guangming Academy, spoke, and then said resolutely, showing his expressions and gestures. Fang Fan now discovered a characteristic. That is, the vice government is now talking about the relationship between Fang Fan and concubine Xiang on his own initiative. It can be said that he was the one who picked on the relationship between Fang Fan and Xiangfei. I didn't make a fool of it at the time, but now I want to make a fool of it? Is this possible? Father-in-law, you have changed. How did you become what you are now? Where did the righteous, selfless, heroic, and arrogant deputy palace master go? Can the matter between me and concubine Xiang be the same as yours? If I distort the facts and say good things for you just because you are my father-in-law, wouldn't it be a waste of human relations? I have failed the trust of concubine Xiang. This is also a huge stain on the image of your deputy palace master. Hey, in order not to tarnish the image of your deputy palace master, I think it is still necessary for me to pollute myself. If I can practice another 10,000 hours in the Tower of Light for free, it will probably be fine. Such self-defilement is also to save your father-in-law's face. Fang Fan spoke seriously and confidently. Shui Wanren stood aside and listened a little dazed. His first reaction was, what the hell is this? Can it still work? What kind of nonsense is that? Just like that, are you crazy? Silly. How could Xiangfei fall in love with such a shameless person like you? After a long time, Shui Wanren woke up silently, and then said with emotion. Fang Fan was not happy when he heard it at the time. What do you mean by belittling me? I fed my heart to the dog. Father-in-law, you still hurt my heart by saying this. Since that's the case, that's all, I won't be involved in self-defilement anymore. Hey, according to Bai Biao's fighting power, it is very likely that hundreds of people will kill him in terms of fighting power. By that time, the seed class will exist in name only. It's deplorable. Fang Fan sighed in astonishment, while talking, then followed with emotion. Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy's complexion turned dark, and the corners of his mouth twitched unnaturally. Who would have thought that Fang Fan would grab him by the neck of fate? This is too difficult. Now I feel that my head is buzzing. 10,000 hours is too much. At most, I will give you 1,000 hours of training time in the Tower of Light. When you practice in the Tower of Light in the future, give me peace of mind. Don't blow the top of the tower away. Do you know how many star cores are needed to recreate a tower top? Those are all top secret materials. Shui Wanren, deputy head of Guangming Academy, was speaking, and then his face was full of distress. 1,000 hours, maybe a little less, it's enough to practice for dozens of days. 5,000 hours. 2,000. 3,000. Make a deal. The final standard of the agreement is that Fang Fan will help Shui Wanren solve the problem before him, and he will use his authority as the deputy palace master to allow Fang Fan to continue to practice for 3,000 hours in the Tower of Light. In fact, the so-called solution is not a matter. However, once Bai Biao is defeated, he will help Shui Wanren explain the matter and confuse the matter. Otherwise, according to the previous agreement, Shui Wanren will open the back door for these first-year students who defeated Bai Biao to enter the seed class. In this way, it will affect the establishment of the first-grade seed class.